Hey, yo. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. St. Patrick's Day today. What's going on, guys? It is time for some Dynamite. This is a loaded card this week for AEW. We've all been looking forward to this most of the week. Tonight's headlined with the big cage match between Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker for the AEW title. Scorpio Sky defending against Wardlow. All sorts of great shit on the card tonight for tonight's show. Should be a great time. Glad you guys are here. I was running a little bit late trying to get up for the stream here, so I just made it in the nick of time, and we are ready to rock. So I'm going to kind of get my bearings together, get all my ducks in a row. I will say hi to everybody. We are 1 minute away until showtime here. I just pulled up TBS Now, wrapping up Big Bang Theory and all that good stuff. I want to start off the night by wishing our buddy Kevin, who just popped in now, K-Dog's Kennel, a happy 40th, 4-0 he turns tomorrow. Dude, welcome to the club, man. It's pretty much all downhill from here. Get your affairs in order, make a will, make sure you TiVo or DVR or record one way or the other, Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy every night. Matlock usually airs on syndication on various channels, and there's a lot of channels that show a lot of like history and war stuff, so you'll probably start liking that. If any of you guys have any extra crossword puzzles laying around, make sure you send them over to Kevin's house. He's going to need them. Any bifocals, walkers, perhaps a wheelchair, a cane, anything like that old people generally need, send them Kevin's way because he's an old-ass man now. So, dude, happy birthday, man. So glad you're here. And tomorrow's a big one. 40's nothing. I feel like I'm 20 years old and I'm 44. So don't sweat it, brother. Glad you are here. Thank you for being here, and happy birthday to you, dude. And everybody else that's here as well, hello. We've got Dynamite opening up right now. Rock on. I mean, I'm assuming the cage match is the main event. It fucking better be. But you never know. San Antonio. Pretty sure that we're going to see MJF come in and do and interrupt that TNT Championship match. All right, we got Adam Cole opening up the show. Want to say hi to Lil Justin, Population 420, Janine, and Kevin. What's up, Chaz, Ajax, Jay Lambo, Al Ramos, Michael Cuomo. We've got Howard, Rodrigo, JJ, Andy, Chase. Ronnie is in the house, too. Well, this is just great. Chris is here. Janine, did I get you? I think I did. Jimmy Fangers, good to see you here as well. And everybody else hanging out on this awesome Wednesday. Oh, yeah, that's right. We got this six-man deal going on, too. As I have cats running around. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. I never partake in shit like this. I'm not wearing a bit of green. However, I got myself a green beer, and I got me one of these here green edible gummies that I'm going to eat right now, and I got another green gimmick, if you know what I mean. So I do have green laying around. It just ain't on me. I don't even have a green thong. It's dirty. It's in the laundry right now. So otherwise, I would have worn that for you guys. At least, try to hook y'all up a little bit. All right. Fun opener here. Fun six-man. Jimmy Fingers, you're 52. Jesus. And Howard Starr, you're 48. See, me and Kevin, we don't know what it's like to be that old. We're way down here, below 45. You guys are... All right, here comes Jungle and Lucha. I predicted them to drop the belts at Revolution. They did not. Right on. Here comes the hanger. That's a lot of gold on the babyface side there. Hey, thank you for that, Howard Starr, and thank you, Kevin, as well. You mentioned that in your DM to me on Twitter. It was sad and hard, but it was a lot of fun on Monday, talking about Scott Hall and just kind of putting Raw aside and just doing an hour-and-a-half podcast on Scott Hall and his career and our memories and, how ridiculously influential he was, and how that move from WWE to WCW and forming the NWO created the business that we see today, and it was just a monumental loss for pro wrestling. And just a really unfair irony to everything. 10 years ago, we thought the guy was going to die because of all the, demons and everything he was going through, and he was able to clean himself up and live, another 10 years. And then, I believe he fell and broke his hip, I think. And then the hip replacement surgery is where he had the complications and blood clot. Broke free and caused him a few heart attacks and removed from life support on Monday. So sad. But thanks to everyone who was here on Monday. It was fun to talk about Scott Hall and relive that stuff. This Dynamite feels like a touch more, I don't know, intimate or something. Is it just me or is a hard cam? Looks like the ring is taking up a lot of the screen. Spaz Phoenix, Gregonator. I'm the Gregonator. What's up, brother? Think Cody comes back tonight since him leaving is a work? No, I don't think Cody comes back tonight, and no, it's not a work. Just plain not. It's not even like really an opinion or a debatable thing at this point. It's just not a work. I don't really know how to put it otherwise. Just not. Oh, you'll see. Ooh. I was actually cool with him not showing up on Monday. A lot of people were expecting him to. It was in Jacksonville and the whole deal. And I was glad that he didn't, just so it allowed us to be able to talk about Scott Hall the whole time and not having any thunder stolen there. But from the minute Cody was announced to leave AEW, what did the entire fan base say? Every single person and their mother was saying, night after WrestleMania. So why is everybody laughing and freaking out and think that everybody's just being toyed with that he's not shown up yet? Wasn't it all y'all that said that he should show up the night after WrestleMania? And based on what we saw Monday night, I don't know how in the world you can think Cody is not coming in to face Seth Rollins. They gave you every single fucking clue in the book. And like I said, if this shit was a work and he was going back to AEW, WWE wouldn't be playing along. Hell no. They're not going to do anything to make something AEW's doing get more over. Absolutely not. I think we've all been watching wrestling long enough to know that ain't what WWE does. What are AEW's rings? Are they 18 by 18 or are they 20 20s? Tonight just looks smaller for some reason. I don't know how to explain it. Probably just a smaller venue. No, wait, this isn't a smaller venue. This is where Survivor Series 94 was, right? And some pay-per-views. Is that the same building that this place is in? They used to run Raws there all the time. Looks like it to me. Yeah, I wouldn't put Cody coming night after Mania. I'd do him at Mania, especially with what they're kind of laying out with Seth Rollins. What a dick, Seth Rollins trying to take his best friend's idea and leaving him with nothing to do. I've been pitching the idea of Seth just coming to the ring at WrestleMania and cutting a promo, I'm here and I don't have a match, and then Cody comes out. And they've got such a perfect built-in story there since Seth was like the first NXT champion and Dusty was there to hand him the gold and all that stuff. You know, Cody could be like, man, my dad used to love you. He'd be fucking rolling in his grave. He could see the little douchebag you've turned out to be. So I'm going to defend my dad's honor. I'll be your opponent. And then he beats him and whatever. That's kind of the way I'd do it, but we'll see. Either way, I've never wavered from my belief that he's going to WWE. Not once. It's been a while since we've seen Christian in the ring, too. Well, yeah, Meltzer's been doing most of the Cody chatter, and the funny thing about that is like, Dave Meltzer, whatever you say about him, I like Dave. I know he's not perfect, and he certainly doesn't have a perfect track record, but when it comes to the AEW, isn't he always accused of being a shill and all this shit for AEW? So wouldn't you think that he probably is in tune with everything going on in AEW, since it really is what he seems to be obsessed with the most? So with all of his contacts in AEW, and people claim that Tony Khan's paying Meltzer and all this shit, then he probably knows the deal, right? So for him to be like, no, he's showing up in WWE, it would make no sense for Meltzer to work anybody. That's ridiculous. So when Meltzer has info about AEW, I kind of tend to believe him based on what everybody says about Meltzer. Oh, he's in AEW's pocket. Okay, fine. Well, then if he is, it should be fair to say that he probably knows what's going on there. Just logic. It's the way logic works. So you can't have it both ways. You can't say that Dave Meltzer is being paid by AEW and then he also doesn't know what he's talking about at the same time, you know? You can't have both. One or the other. Take your pick. Hangman everywhere. Look at this. Nice takeout fish. That was very Cesaro-like flurry there, and he's still going. Go, Hangman. That's our champion. Maybe when he's done, he can go tweet Kane some more because he's been fantastic for the last couple of weeks. Of course, Bobby Fish is going to kick out of that. Thanks for that, Janine. The cool thing about the Scott Hall video was that I don't have to do any preparation for it. I remember everything about Scott Hall. So videos like that are very easy for me to do because my memories are so deep, with them. Be careful there, Jungle. 5 more from Spaz. Once Ring of Honor gets going, what do you think of running Ring of Honor pay-per-views on Saturday and AEW on Sunday, the way WWE used to pair takeovers with Big Four pay-per-views? I think that's possible. I really do think that Tony Khan might have been looking at that great job Triple H did with the black and gold, and how WWE voluntarily let that go, and was oh, that's great, triple moonsault. I think they all hit it too. Great shit. So, if Tony wants to kind of do something like that, and I think ROH is going to kind of act as a developmental system for NXT or for AEW, I'd be into it, The only thing about that is you'll get, they're copying WWE or whatever. I'm like, well, fucking who cares? Don't we miss that? I miss the takeovers before pay-per-views. So if that's something that can now be moved over to a completely different promotion, why not, as long as we get it? But I think we might be a ways off from that. By the time Ring of Honor is relaunched, developed, and has enough talent in place to be running pay-per-views, what do you think? A year away from something like that? I kind of think we are. I mean, maybe 6 months, but I would think that nothing like that would even be possible until we get close to the end of this year anyway. But eventually, if they can build it and grow it to that, hell yeah. Nothing is, there's no stip here. Nothing on the line in this match that I'm missing, correct? So I finally updated my phone, and now I just don't. All these new notifications and shit. Ronnie, you're on here. All these new notifications, I don't know how to figure it out. These gizmos and gadgets, just don't understand. Old dudes like me and Kevin and the other two old guys, it's hard for us. C-Mac, appreciate that $5. What's up, Greg? Happy Wednesday. Rest in peace, Scott Hall. Yeah, man, we did a big podcast on Scott Hall on Monday. I'm sure you were here. You probably even super chatted, but just in case I forgot and you weren't here, check it out if you want some Scott Hall memories. I don't know, Chase. Is there no CM Punk advertisement for tonight? Maybe not. He doesn't need to be on the show every week. I'm cool if he's not there. Or not here. I mean, there's a lot going on. This card's stacked. I feel like you'd almost shoehorn Punk in tonight. And that's okay. When you have a 2-hour show and you have a lot of things and championship matches scheduled, it's okay to not feature everybody. I cannot see CM. And that's what's hard about WWE. You don't notice that. If somebody's not on Raw or SmackDown, you're reading on the internet, find out where they were. Where in AEW, it might be completely normal for somebody not to be on the show. And that's the way it should be. People get overexposed to death in WWE just because they have to be on the show every week. Even if it's the most insignificant fucking thing in the world, they still have to be there doing it just to be on camera. And as a wrestling fan, I don't need that shit. Back in the day, in the 80s and stuff, I'd go weeks without seeing dudes wrestle. I went like 3 months between Ricky Steamboat matches in 1987 once, Like, sometimes you just don't see them on TV. They're not there every week. It's a 1-hour show. It's 60 guys under contract, and you got a 1-hour show. You got time for 4 matches, maybe 5 at the most if they're squashes. People are going to be absent. I love HBK back in the day, the early days of the internet. That one where he had probably in '97, because I know he wasn't in the ring, and he was back in the AOL online room, and he's like trying to figure out the computer. That's me a little bit, but the YouTube stuff has taught me a lot. in terms of like editing and just being able to live stream and cameras, microphones, that sort of thing. So I'm a little more savvy than I probably would be if it weren't for YouTube. Otherwise, I wouldn't know how to do anything. I've tried a couple of different programs to get the super chats on the screen, but I just haven't liked the way they've worked. So I'm still going to work on that. That way, when you guys chat one, I can just click it and highlight it. But the two that I've used so far, I've had glitches with. So I got to work on that. We're still a little bit low tech here on this channel. Oh, you messaged me, Ronnie? That's what that was? Yeah, my phone had this just like list of notifications. It's Twitter, it's a text message, it's my own phone, it's ESPN, it's my stock accounts, Yahoo, like all this shit. I'm like, I don't need all these. I have no clue on Scott Hall's funeral or the details there. Not sure. Probably going to be in a few days, I would imagine. I'm sure we'll get some pictures, Waltman and Nash. I'm sure we'll post something, maybe even Triple H or Shawn. Maybe the four of them, just at the funeral or something. Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't think they would have changed the size of the ring to fit the cage. You wouldn't need to do that, not in a building like that. I mean, what's 2 feet going to do? What difference is that going to make? I think that it's just the arena or the camera angle. And in a lot of ways, that's good, too. WWE, some of their shows were like that. They didn't always look the same. Raw sometimes would have a little bit of a different setup, so would Superstars. And I like the fact that you're not looking at the same thing every week. Like in WWE, it doesn't matter what arena they're in. It all looks the same. Where AEW, it might be a little different depending on where the venue is. And that's nice. I like that. Here we go. Adam and Adam. Damn, they're not messing around. Oh. Deadeye. I don't love the Deadeye unless it's hit really well. Seems like a dangerous move and seems like one you got to be careful with. But if it looks good, then the move's great. But oftentimes the Deadeye's not my... Oh, big brogue kick from Adam Cole. This looks like a tornado match to me because I can't tell. I have no fucking clue who's legal. I guess it's Adam and Adam. A little game of chicken. Oh, wow. Springboard double doomsday device by Jungle Boy. That looked pretty good. Jimmy Fingers, thank you very much, man, for the top $10. Off topic, Greg. I have been hanging onto my last 18 hairs, and it looks terrible, but I am still reluctant to bick it. How old were you when you came to terms with permanent cranial nudity? I was still in my 20s, but I wasn't fully bald. I was just shaving it by that point. Because I had long hair, and then when it got short, it was, now I wouldn't say fine, but it was really hard to style it. Like if it was windy or something, my hair would be a mess. I hated my hair. So I gave the buzz cut a shot first and did that for like 3 years before I finally took the razor to it. So, yeah, I'd probably say 2005, I think, is when I bicked it for the first time. So I'm going on 17 years. And, oh, look out. The boom on Jungle. Is anybody going to stop the pin here? No, I don't think so. Yeah. Well, if you're going to continue Adam and Adam, heels kind of had to win there. And who'd they pin? Jungle? Right on. But yeah, dude, I would not worry about it. It's nothing you can do about it. And having no hair is fucking bliss, man. The fact that I never, like, that part of my life has been gone for pretty much 20 years now. I haven't bought shampoo, conditioner. I don't have to comb anything. I don't own a hairdryer or mousse or hairspray, any of that shit. I don't need it ever. And it's great. I mean, I just wake up, I'm ready to go. I don't have to worry about throwing a hat on or pulling my hair back. When I had long hair, it was easier because if I woke up, I could just put it in a ponytail, throw a hat on, and go out the door. But in terms of just convenience, you know, this is the way to go, man. This is the way to go. I always say I take prison showers. That's what I call it, because my showers only consist of me and a bar of white soap. Just like prison. Just me. I just rinse myself off, lather my head up, and rinse off, and then I put lotion on my head when I'm done, you know, to keep my skin soft, you know. And that's it. That's all I do. I can clean myself for $20 a year. That's pretty good, I think. I'm surprised they're having this face-to-face interview here. Ricky? And as a consequence, me and Hobbs came out there and we whooped your ass. Ain't that right? Dude, you know all about that spine buster, baby. You know all about that spine buster, baby. Fucking Will Hobbs. He's so big, and his big face, like Hobbs looks like he could gnaw through a brick. Like if you just gave him a brick, he'd and just chew it. Oh. Is that a handicap match? What's going on there? What were they even talking about for Friday? Set up something for Rampage. I like, so the Hardys tag team debut against Private Party tonight. Hardys against the Party. I like that they're calling them the Hardys, because out here on the West Coast we have Carl's Jr. All right, Moxley and Danielson versus Chucky and Wheeler. I'm going to be controversially honest. I never got the hype on Keith Lee. That's okay. Luckily, you have the right to like and not like whoever you want. I do like Keith Lee, but there's no law that says you must. Ricky Starks next TNT champion. I think Ricky Starks will possibly be TNT champion. I don't know if he'll be the next one, though. Oh, that's right, Ronnie. You got long hair. Yes, you got like lots of shit to do. And that sucks. I used to have long hair when I was young. Luscious locks. But, man, I don't miss them at all. It's so nice. And over the years, my my head is, the skin on my head is now melded and matched my face. Because if you have a whole bunch of hair and then you shave it for the first time, you have a big white ass head. So it's taken some years for my skin tones to match up. Oh, you might all the scars on your head. The funny thing is, Michael, before I did the crew cut thing, I actually called my mom. I was living on the East Coast. She was living here, and I was like, quick question. When I was a kid, as far as I know, I was never hurt. There's no accident I was forgetting, right? I never fell down the stairs. Did I ever cut my head open? And she's like, no, you never did anything. I'm like, okay, I'm just wondering because I'm about to shave my head, and I don't want to see some gnar scar sitting there that I wasn't expecting. She goes, no, you should be good. So I actually did check on that to make sure there wasn't something up there I was not aware of. Oh, Jordan, I did the unfortunate makeout session on NXT. I think I saw a still photo of that. Was it Indy and Loomis and then somebody else? Both in the ring? I think I did say that. Blizz kid, no, that's all right. No, the only time I think somebody should be mad is if you were in here just like disparaging Keith Lee. He sucks, because sometimes when somebody doesn't like something, they just assume that it sucks. And I'm like, no, all you said is Keith Lee, you don't see the hype around him. It's totally fine. You didn't say anything wrong. There's a lot of people that I don't see the hype around. There's nothing wrong with that opinion. But yeah, nobody should ever get on your case. Well, you must be a stupid wrestling fan then if you don't like Keith Lee. It would only be if you're saying something bad about him, if you're making some disparaging comment or something. That's when I think people are stupid and immature. And you didn't seem to be that way. Blizz kid. So like whoever you like. That's the beauty of being an individual, is you have that right. Is this a Statlander promo package here? Oh, is she wiping off the... Is she not an alien anymore? Oh, okay. I don't know what that Statlander shit was about. Looked like she was wiping off the makeup. Unless she's decided to maybe permanently move to Earth. I think that maybe the tax laws are better than her planet. The Andromeda Galaxy, who knows what kind of crazy laws they have over there. Oh, tell me Regal's going to sit in on commentary. So this is, what is this? Danielson and Mox against Yuta and fucking Chucky? Are you kidding? It's going to be a squash. I love that. Jim Ross and William Regal reunited. I did not realize, Regal put on Twitter last week, I didn't realize that his promo last week, I guess, ran a little bit long, and he felt really bad about it. And he's like, man, I just apologized to everybody. I'm like, I don't think anybody cared, dude. That was one of the best parts of the show last week, was seeing him come out and being a little bit real. I loved that. But the fact that he felt so bad about it and felt the need to apologize, total professional. Oh, Moxie, you dropped your water. That building, man, it's crazy that that building is still there. Lots of WWE shows have been there. The one I remember specifically was Survivor Series in '94 when Backlund beat Britt. And I know they've ran plenty of shows there before, plenty of Raws and stuff, and maybe even a pay-per-view or two. Survivor Series '94 is the only one that comes to mind, though. We need that We Are Pro Wrestling guy in here. He'll help us out. I mean, this is going to be... I hope Moxley and Danielson don't give him too much. I mean, I like Chucky and Yuta, but come on. Let's go 7 minutes on this, I think is all we need. Max. Well, the friends have got a lot of friends with them. Taylor is 52-29. That's incredible. Danhausen is there. Danhausen and Orange Cassidy. That's great. That is Danhausen. Who's the demon, mate? Yeah, I think if Mox and Danielson win Tag Team Gold, they should get some tag team music or something. I just think there's a hell of a lot of teams already in AEW to not need to do the WWE thing and put two top stars together in a tag team. I'm hoping that they're mostly just aligned to potentially maybe add some people to the group. Because, I mean, if these guys really are going to target and pursue Tag Team Gold, it should not take them long to get there. I mean, a year ago, would you think you would be seeing Danhausen on the outside of the ring of a Bryan Danielson match? I mean, in any universe? A year ago, Danielson was about to main event WrestleMania. Crazy. Yeah, if they added Cesaro, that would be sweet. I'd be totally into that. Oh, nice, C-Mac. You met Scott Hall Survivor Series 95 weekend. What a match. Britt and Diesel. Oh, Michael Cassidy has the sling because he decided to cancel cable. No, he's got an injury. I just don't recall where either. I didn't think it was broke. Is it really broken? Regal just sounded like he came when he said professional wrestlers. It probably felt so good to say that for the first time in 20 fucking years. Yeah. Chucky's very excited about this single leg. Okay, so I'm not the only one that thought the ring was smaller. I actually don't think it's the ring. I think it's the camera. The ring is taking up a lot more of the screen now. The hard cam, I believe, is positioned closer, or at least more zoomed in. I wasn't even sure the ring size anyway. I didn't know if they were 18 by 18 or 20 by 20. But I don't think they would shrink the ring for one night tonight. Cage match or no, there's no reason for that. So I don't know. Some of them are very dirty. Jericho Appreciation Society commencement. Jericho doesn't always have the best ideas. That name of that faction, my God. Okay, good. It is the main event. Yeah, with that match being in the main event, there's no way we're not going to see a title change. They should have, next time they do a blood and guts match, if Regal does create a faction here and they start feuding with people, he's going to have to say blood and guts. He'll make the challenge. It'll just be fun.
Submission skills and feet, fist, and head. Yep. If you have that combination, you can go a long way in this industry. And just to prove it. Excuse me, and add to that, they have heart. They have heart. They have more. In fact, this is strong. Moxley floats over. Kick out, maintains control into the hammerlock. We have.
Boy, they got. We're gonna get. I thought Chucky might have to tap here, but we're gonna do pitcher and pitcher first. I don't know. Lance Storm, even when he put on a single leg, he didn't get excited about it. Spaz, when you watch along with my stream, you have to pause your TV and the stream at the same time. That's right, or you'll fall behind. True that. Yeah, I don't know how you guys do this. I don't know if some of you have me on your phone and then you're watching TV, or if you got two TVs, or you got two phones, or I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I don't know how it works. The classic pay-per-views seem to work out pretty well because we got the timer, but for this, it's just kind of on your own, you know?
You're Now just $3.17 pays through March 26th on any new agreement using promo code LUCKY. Only at Rent-A-Center.
Hey, TJ, that's a good idea. I mentioned last week that I think MJF needs to find a Sid because he needs to find a new bodyguard. MJF is the type of guy that needs that big heater with him, just his gimmick and his size and the shit that he talks. So you can't be like MJF and go around for too long without a bodyguard. And when Shawn and Diesel split up, Shawn went and found Sid, So, yeah, I actually think that's a good idea. They've been needing something for Cage to do. So that would be something good for him to do. Absolutely.
Book a Priceline, because when you save more, you can no way. No way. Priceline, every trip is a big deal.
Is that CM Punk doing the Rampage voiceover? No, Yachiro, Veer's not here yet. I had lunch with him today. He said he's not ready to come. I said, just let us know. We'll be waiting for you. Would be funny as hell if Veer was the opponent for Seth Rollins. That was a shitty-looking inverted atomic drop by Wheeler Yuta. Damn. A good time to bring in Strowman to be MJF Sid. I don't know. Strowman's busy controlling his narrative right now. That fucking CYN. It's a joke. It's the funniest, the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm kind of glad CYN is here just so everybody can just shit on it. Like, were these guys not reading Twitter today and being like texting each other? I'm like, everybody's shitting on our ideas because they're stupid. But they have this like list of rules. Rule number 1, you are in control. Rule number 2, you are in control. And then rule number 3 is like you can't do certain moves. I'm like, well, you just said you were in control. So now you're banning moves. They had a misspelling on there. It's so fucking dumb. Oof. I like it. Heart attack. Oh, can't win with Brett and Jim's finish. Come on. Oh, I could not stop laughing at that when that control your narrative thing came across my timeline today. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. It's so stupid, it's funny. Regal goes, you bite a man's nose off, he'll do exactly as you wish. Yeah, probably. Nice. Oh, Wheeler got out of that. Yeah, I remember the Scott Hall shoot where he said Vince told him and Nash about his first homosexual moment. His first one. That's awesome. Yeah, I have no doubt that Vince has had some interesting experiences in his life. Oh, yeah, Killer Cross in New Japan makes all kind of sense. There's Wheeler Yuta finally tapping out. Cross should be hanging out there and stay away from those fucking control your narrative fuckers. Yeah, I have so little interest in Karrion Kross. Like, I gave him a chance. I thought the NXT stuff was going to be great because he could be presented like a monster, but he just isn't a good wrestler. I don't know how to put it. I just loved everything about him, the look and the presentation and the music, but I'm not really going to be tuning in to watching Killer Kross matches. That's why I think just New Japan beating the shit out of people is a good place for him. He's an extremely intimidating looking guy. He's just not my cup of tea in the ring. Oh, there you go. Jericho Undisputed Demo God Appreciation Society. Judas. Oh, man, they should have named it that. That would have been better than the JAS. Look at Danhausen. Come on. Oh, is Wheeler Yuta going to go shake their hands or possibly maybe join the group? I kind of hope he is. Oh! Slapped by Regal. Look at Danielson and Mox. What you going to do? Join the group, buddy. I know. Okay, I thought maybe he was going to join the group there. Yeah, he was putting Wheeler over on commentary. Yeah, that's right. They fired old Tony. And now I'm not even sure if Tully. I'm not even sure if Tully's going to go pick up the Briscoes now because one of them Briscoes got in some hot water or something. So, oh, the Bucks. What are they wearing? What is Nick wearing? Does he really have a chain from his ear to his nose? It seems dangerous. I just grab it and yank it right off.
No matter what you do, you can hire the best there is, the best manager in the world. They ain't gonna make a change, boys. You know why? Because deep down inside, always just gonna be that second best tag team in the AEW. That Stanley. Happy St. Patty's Day. Okay, love you. Bye. See you guys later. Think about that one. Still to come tonight in our main event for the first time ever, the AEW Women's World Championship will be defended inside.
I really hope this match holds up. It's going to be hard to top that deal they did from last year. Oh, my gosh.
Jericho and the Jericho Appreciation Society after the shocking events of last week.
So I guess I don't know if Sammy Guevara is going to maybe come out in this. Do you think? What's going on, JCS? Good to see you. Welcome back.
Flexible cancellation. Kayak. Search one and done.
Thanks for that, Jimmy Fingers. Thanks for 10 more from you. So glad you touched on the CYNBS. I couldn't not touch on it. The shit was all over Twitter. Just everybody shitting on the sheer stupidity of it. I mean, who is going to be in that promotion? EC3, Strowman, Killer Kross, and a bunch of jabronis. Do they have TV? They would be better served on NWA. I think they're looking for the people that think that way. You know, I don't want to put any labels on it, but you know what I mean. The people that are anti-cancel culture and everybody's out to get them, and they don't even know what they're doing. And that's the thing. Like the the rules of this bullshit promotion. Well, control your narrative, but you can't do this. You got to fight and everything. I'm like, well, it sounds like you guys want to be in the UFC, is what it sounds like to me. If you just want to get somewhere and fight, then you're just whatever you're trying to do here isn't wrestling. They're trying to be manly and all that stuff, and it just comes off so dumb. And they look stupid because the rules don't make any sense. They're misspelled. Their entire idea and theme of what this promotion is supposed to be is stupid, and it's just stupid. So I would just try to get contracts, and if you want to work small time, then just work NWA or Impact or Ring of Honor or something, trying to start this control your narrative. I just think at this point, anybody that gets involved with it it's going to be embarrassing for them because the whole thing is a fucking joke. Who on social media today was saying, wow, this looks great? Show me one tweet. And if you show me that, I'm pretty sure there's probably some MAGA hats hanging on that guy's wall or something. Like, I don't know what to make of it. It's just one of the dumbest things I've ever seen, but not something that I want to go away because I like making fun of stuff like this, and I hope they continue doing it because it's stupid and hilarious, and I love it. So, yeah, CYN. Control your narrative. Oh, my God. Which is weird because the narrative about none of those guys is wrong. Strowman's been a dick. Strowman's been a dick ever since the pandemic. When he started, people, thousands and thousands and millions even of Americans panicking, losing their job, having to collect unemployment, wondering how they're going to make ends meet in the face of this global pandemic. And he's sitting there, oh, you guys just need to try harder, get a better job. And when I was in developmental, I drove my Kia to Florida. And I'm like, this has nothing to do with what anybody's talking about here. Like, he's just so completely out of touch with what the fuck reality is. And it made him come off like a douche. Everybody, even I did. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if the fucker blocks me. And I told him he was a douche, and he blocked me for it, so I don't care. I always liked Braun Strowman, but that was just a huge turnoff for me. And that's just, you hear that shit a lot from people like him, and it's just such a turnoff. Fuck him. Fuck all of them. What? Oh, it's Keith Lee and Max Caster? Okay. Oh, Starks and Hobbs are going to have something to propose to them, I think. Rodrigo, I live in San Diego. Yes, I like tacos. I had tacos today, actually. I had a shrimp taco and a mahi taco. Oh, Swerve is here too? Hey, Chase. Oh, I would love that. FTR bringing in Brett as their manager. They're huge Brett fans. Oh, I would love that. Oh, my God. Couldn't even imagine. Isn't that guy a rapper? All right, here we go. Jericho Appreciation Society. Ooh, they even have a logo made for it. How fancy. Look at 2.0, or what's who's the one in the red shoes? Is that Matt Lee? The other guy's Parker, right? Hey, I'm into this Bret Hart managing FTR deal. That's fucking awesome. What a thrill that must be for them. Could you imagine? I could imagine now if I became a wrestler and Bret Hart became my manager. Holy shit. I'd be marking out. I wouldn't even be able to contain my enjoyment. Yeah, Jericho, I mean, for a guy at his age, too, not only did he get himself in a lot of shape, he's got a pretty good-looking mop on top of that head. Think he's got any help? I mean, right up there in front. Looks a little too full of a hairline for someone his age, but then again, who am I to judge? My bald ass. See, look, right there. I think he's got a little, and that's fine. He probably just went to LeBron James' guy. No big deal. I think Trent's got a little done, too. I have a server that works for me. He, I guess he did it 2 years ago now, and he got hair restoration. Cost him $15,000. He was out of work for like 3 weeks. to get it, let it heal and everything. It looks great on him. I just couldn't believe he spent that money on it. Chris Jericho. Jericho allows us to sing Judas. We all need to thank Jericho. Oh, he's definitely got plugs. Totally. We need to thank Jericho for being able to sing Judas. Nice, Victor. I wish I had some of Broken Skull IPA on hand. I don't currently, so I'm drinking the Stella Artois. I have not been listening to any promos. Have we heard any Scott Hall tributes yet? I haven't even noticed. Jericho, all in purple. More like a tribute to Taker. Yeah, I have a feeling we might see Sammy show up in this segment. Jericho's right about that. The Earth has been here 4.5 billion. We're about halfway through our lifespan. We got 4.5 billion left before our sun red giants us and swallows us. Oh, I didn't know that, Chase, that Jim Ross said, hey, yo, that's awesome. Yeah, Jericho even builds companies.
If there was no Chris Jericho, there'd be no AEW. It's true. I helped build the company. I carried it on my back for the first 3 months of its existence. No Jericho, no you. You're welcome.
I actually do like heel Jericho. He's great. If it were for me, you guys would all be in a ditch somewhere. You're welcome.
You undermine me. You take me for granted. You insult me on social media. I read what you write. It's very hurtful. You've got the greatest total package performer in the history of this business right here, and you don't appreciate me.
Jake Hager, why do men do that? Explain to me, men in the chat. Why would you wear skin-tight pants that come up way too high on the ankle, dress shoes, and no socks? What possesses a human to say, that looks good? It's so stupid looking. And everybody does it. It's like the fashion. I'm glad I'm not young anymore. I would refuse to wear that if I was in my 20s. I'd say, you can go fuck yourself. Want to purposely look like a douchebag? No. Why would somebody outwardly go out and try to dress like Corey Graves? On purpose.
And that's why we are the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Come on, Sammy, where are you?
We appreciate each other because we realize very quickly we can't relate to the rest of the AEW roster. We aren't like the rest of the AEW roster because they're nothing more than pro wrestling.
I know, yeah, Rollins does it. A whole bunch of people do it. Everybody does it.
And a pro wrestler has never been legendary. A pro wrestler has never been a millionaire. As a legendary millionaire many times over. The only reason I was able to do it is because I am not a pro wrestler.
A pro wrestler's never been a millionaire? There was plenty of millionaires before you came along, Jericho. Did he just call himself a sports entertainer? Is that what he just said? Well, that's one way to get heat.
I'll say it again. I am a sports entertainer.
Yes, he's a sports entertainer. This might have been what they had in mind for Cody, maybe, if he wouldn't have left. Like, Daniel Garcia already doesn't like this.
I just heard you say something, and I just got to get this off my chest real quick.
I figured Garcia would be the first guy to leave this group.
And call yourself a sports entertainer.
He's going to do it. He's going to say, then I want to shake your hand. He's ribbing. Watch.
Well, then I am too.
Yep, he's won too. Yep. Daniel Garcia is a sports entertainer.
My name is Daniel Garcia, and I am a sports entertainer.
This is great.
The epitome of a sports entertainer right here.
The epitome of a sports entertainer right here.
More horrifying, terrifying than anything Edgar Allan Poe could ever think of. Why does he appreciate me? I'll tell you why. January 6th, 2019, a group of independent wrestlers were in a terrible car crash in Buffalo. One of them shattered his tibia. They said he'd never walk again. He said he'd never wrestle again. When I heard about this, even though I had met none of these men, I donated thousands of dollars to their recovery. And not only did that man heal his tibia and fibia, learn to walk, and come back to this business, that man was this guy right here, Daniel Garcia.
Jericho's always come through because I've donated to some GoFundMe's, and he's always come through with like a lot.
Got Matt Lee and Jeff Parker 2.0.
He gave a lot to Shad Gaspard, I think.
You'll never hear it again.
Anybody else too that suffered, he would always drop $5K down or something to help him out.
We use our real names. Daniel Garcia, Jake Hager, Chris Jericho.
We use our real names. Chris Jericho. If he changes his name to Chris,
Magic Matt Menard.
Matt Menard, is he gonna be Chris Irvin?
Angelo Parker. And why did they appreciate me? About a year ago, I got a call from my former best friend Kevin, who said, "Hey, I need some help with some buddies of mine who just got fired.
Oh, I love this.
Put them on Talk is Jericho, so they can maybe get a job."
Remember, Kevin Owens wore the Everrise shirt.
Never met them before, and at the end of that podcast, I realized these guys have passion, these guys have desire. I want to try and get them a job, and look what happens. AEW hires them, they are here. That's why they appreciate me.
Well, this promo was way more interesting than I thought it would be.
And then I got the big man right here, my ride or die, Jake Hager. This man has had my back since 2010. We traveled the world together. We broke bread together. He saved my life in Dubai. He's always been the one man I could trust. He's my closest advisor. He's my closest confidant. He is the hand of the king. And hand of the king, tell him who we are and what we do. We are the JAS. And we beat up pro wrestlers.
I love that. And we beat up pro wrestlers.
So there you have it. The newest reinvention of the master manipulator and the last true genius in this business, Chris Jericho. And remember this date, March 16th, 2022, because this is the day that the new era begins in AEW, the era of the sports entertainer.
I kind of like it. I like that they're having a faction like this.
This is the Jericho Appreciation Society, and that's entertainment.
That's entertainment. I love it.
Interesting delivery, interesting presentation by Chris Jericho. Some quite a crew there, no dusting. Jericho speaks very
We are sports entertainers and we beat up pro wrestlers. That's fucking great.
right now. Take a look back at this rivalry.
Are you guys sports entertainers too? I am. I know I am.
So look who decided to come out of hiding. Sheena, welcome back. Last week you said the whole time you were in rehab in Japan, all you thought
Look at the shape Serena Deeb's in. Jesus.
oh my gosh, how flattering that is to hear. But I'll be honest, Sheena, I didn't think about Sheena once.
She doesn't look like the same person from the punk society. What was that shit? Where they shaved her head? The punk society? Whatever that was called. Yeah, exactly. Jericho Punk feud. Punk had his own society, remember? Pro Wrestling versus Sports. Straight Edge Society is what I'm thinking of. Oh, Wardlow. Oh, it's time. Oh, yeah, top of the hour. It's time for the TNT title match. Yeah, I don't think Wardlow's taking the title. I think MJF's going to stop him. And I like the idea of Brian Cage replacing him as MJF's backup. It'd be an excellent use of Brian Cage since they don't know what else to do with him. All right, while Wardlow getting entrances here at 46-7, I'm going to go get another cold green beer and take a little hit of the green gimmick, and I'll be right back. All right, Scorpio. Belt looks good on Scorpio. I'll say that. Damn, Janine, it's time for bed for you. Where the hell do you live? Well, I guess East Coast is 9 o'clock. It's still light out. For me, it's only 6 o'clock. It's the middle of the day for me. Yeah, at first I was into the idea of, oh my God, Lambert is wearing the other one. So we knew that Scorpio wasn't going to be carrying 2 titles anymore. He said that he's going to gift the other one to Lambert for him to put on his trophy case with all the UFC trophies and stuff. But I didn't know Lambert was going to wear it. Now look out, Wardlow. You got to. I'm ready to see what Paige Van Zant can do. You know, some of the MMA girls have done pretty well. Like Ronda was great. Sonya Deville was very good. Some of them don't translate well, but Van Zant's got all kinds of it factors. You know. Somebody in the audience likes flour tortillas more than corn. I actually like them both. I usually don't have much of a preference. Today, my tacos had corn, but I'm cool with flour. Wardlow. Yeah, Scorpio, you're in a world of shit right now. Wow. I've always thought Wardlow looked like Roman Reigns. Always. It's one of my very first things I ever said about him when I saw him backing up MJF with the suit and everything. I was like, Jesus, that dude looks like somebody WWE would want. And I was under the assumption that he must just be some big, jacked, good-looking dude who can't wrestle worth a shit. And then he got in the ring with Cody and had that cage match. He did great. I'm like, holy crap, he can actually work. And he's been impressive ever since. Even more so in a lot of ways than Jade Cargill. I just cannot believe that a guy like him landed in AEW and not WWE. And that's what I've always preached about AEW for the people that think that AEW doesn't or hasn't created stars. I'm like, yeah, don't create it in one day. This is a 2-year-old company, don't forget. And you got lots of guys that have gotten over in AEW that didn't come from WWE, and now you have another one that's slowly but surely. Oh, look at Wardlow and Van Zant. Okay, that's her husband, I would assume. Ew, she's with that dude? You like that gray hair? Yeah, this isn't unfair. Wardlow's like 10 against 1. Ooh, C-Mac, a seafood quesadilla, huh? Now, for a quesadilla, you're going to want flour. Tortillas for sure. It's really the only way to do it with a quesadilla. I haven't had a quesadilla in a while, but I do like them. They're good go-tos for kids. Like young people like quesadillas because they're simple and not too weird. I like a good stuffed like chicken quesadilla with, some pico de gallo and sour cream. And hell yeah, I'll eat the shit out of that.
Can't afford streaming anymore, so here we are.
We have a small kids menu at my restaurant. Pretty small, but one of the things on there that we put is a quesadilla. And it goes so quick. Little kids order, I'll have the quesadilla, please. I'm like, and they'll be like, you want chicken in it? And she's like, yeah, I want chicken in it. I'm like, okay. And then by the time it comes, the kid's already crying and freaking out and all that. I got a Popeyes right across the street from me. I don't like it. It's always packed. Maybe that's why. Every time I've gotten anything from there, I just haven't liked it. So for some reason, I don't like Popeyes. Chinese food I love, Rodrigo. Another Chinese place right across the street from me. They're great. I discovered them like 2 years ago. I go there all the time. They know me now. I just place my order online. The chef brings it out himself. He's like, you need anything else? An extra silverware or anything like that? I'm like, no, I'm good. He's so accommodating. I gave him a huge tip over the holidays because they're just so nice to me every time I go in there. They're so nice. One time my bag was like really heavy. He goes, I put extra in there for family. He just threw all this extra shit in there for family. Like all this crap. And I'm like, man, this nice fucking 4 egg rolls and a bunch of fried rice and all this shit. Just threw it right in. Nicest people. I'm like, those are the local businesses I want to support, Food's good. They're super nice. Quesadilla was $15, but worth it. Yeah, these days, I don't even hit a drive-through these days. If I ever do eat fast food, I'm not driving away for less than $15. It doesn't seem like. Oh, what's up, Angie? Did I say hi to you earlier when you said you were late? I had to ignore you for a while for being late because none of us really appreciate that you just roll up in here whenever you feel like it. So, you're kind of in the doghouse right now, Angie, but it's up to them. It's up to Victor and Andy. Do we let her out of the doghouse for being late? Should we let her back in and talk to her? It's up to y'all. Oh, I know you're not going to talk shit to Wardlow. You're going to decide to be the dumbest person in the world 1 week after winning the title? You sure that's the correct decision-making process? Oh. Wow, Tony Schiavone has never called a Hardy's match. How great is that? That's about to change tonight. Yes, happy 316 day. I don't think we've said that enough. Couple of years ago, I don't know what year it was, probably been 2 years now, I tweeted Stone Cold a video of him at the Royal Rumble doing the look at the watch thing, and he retweeted it on 316 day, and he gave me an oh, hell yeah. So I found that, I dug up that tweet and retweeted it today, and I also still have a photo of my original Austin 316 t-shirt that I mailed away for in 1996 with a personal check. Took 2 months for that t-shirt to finally show up at my door. That's the way you had to do shit back then. So be happy you're young, if you are young. Okay, so all right, Angie, you're back in. It's all because of them. You have them to thank. Because, I was ready to block you and everything. He's got him up in powerbomb position. I don't feel like this is going to be the finish. Like, you got 3 people on the outside of the ring. Wouldn't they just run in? Somebody's coming or something's happening. Like, what is Scorpio's cohorts doing? Aren't they going to want to get involved in this? Is he really going to win the title here? He's not going to win the title. He's waiting too long. He should pin him right here. This is Wardlow's fault now. Look how scared Paige is. Oh, he's going to do it again, and it's going to cost him. If he hits him another one, is Lambert going to have to take the title off? There's no way this is going to work. Oh, God, he's going to. There we go. Now Lambert's up there. I was about to say there's no way. He's not winning the title here. I refuse to believe it. I would love Wardlow too. I just don't think he is. Yeah, see, now Scorpio's out of the ring. Nope. That was your chance, Wardlow. You should have covered him. Match was over. Yeah, it's all good, Angie. We love you. You can come back in. Just next time, if you're going to be late, make sure you text us. Just say, hey, I'm running late, guys. It's all good. Don't be worried about me, because we've been freaking out, and it's just inconsiderate when we're all here worried so much and you don't let us know how you're doing. So it's just that. Just because we just care about you, That's all it is. Yeah, fucking Sean Spears with his little chairs. Well, Sean Spears, your wife's about the only thing good you got going for you. There's MJF. No kidding. We knew he was coming. Is that all it's going to take is one ring post shot to put down Wardlow? No. Did MJF, where'd he go? Climb under the fucking ring? No. Is he really going to get him this way? Wow. See, I would have done a little more. I would have done more than just a ring post shot. I would have done that. I would have had maybe MJF come in, post him, and then Vandeford rain blows upon his head, then toss him in the ring and get pinned, and then everybody jumps on him. I think he needed a little bit more than a post, based on how strong Wardlow's been booked lately. You fought everybody off. You just cost me the TNT title, you little shit. And if you were smart, you should have let me win it, because I think contractually you could have stole it from me. Oh, he's got Maxwell. This is where you bring in Cage. This is where they should have Cage debut. Nope, Spears. Ah, Spears stops it. Are we going to get a babyface come out and help him here? Oh, today's MJF's birthday? I thought yesterday was. Oh, favorite Stone Cold Steve Austin match, Mania 13. Easy. That fucking match made him. Oh. Oh, it is a payoff. MJF paid. Now he's going to put the ring on and pop Wardlow. Well, this is kind of cool because Wardlow's going to have to go through Spears first to get to MJF, which means Spears will be splattered in the ring in the near future. There, ICP dude right in my face. What the hell? Measuring him up. Despicable. All right. MJF got the best of Wardlow just like we predicted. Hey, that's a pretty good question, Spaz. Thanks for 5 more. In your expert opinion, what's the best quality fast food? Well, around me, I've got a Cane's up here. A Cane's, just like fucking chicken fingers, but it's goddamn delicious. And you get fries with it and this big delicious piece of bread and some coleslaw and this great homemade sauce, which is just some disgusting mayonnaise ketchup mixture like they all are, but it's really good. So I'd probably say that. I really don't like Chick-fil-A's values and shit, but they have pretty good quality shit. Those are the two off the top of my head. What else is not bad? And here in California, we got other stuff. In-N-Out is very good, but not wonderful. Wendy's is okay. I don't love it, though. But I've got everything by me. I got Popeyes. I've got McDonald's. I hate McDonald's. Unless I'm eating like hotcakes and sausage at 4 a.m., which I have done before. Otherwise, I'm not usually eating there. I'm not a huge fan of El Pollo Loco either. Trying to think what else. Oh, Jersey Mike's. Yes, Jersey Mike's is and I got Five Guys around here, but I haven't had a ton of Five Guys. Everybody raves about Five Guys. The only time I think I've ever had Five Guys is when I travel. I've seen them in airports a couple times, especially when I go to the East Coast, and I've had Five Guys there, but never around me. We've got a Habit Burger here, Habit Grill or something like that. But Jersey Mike's is great. I have a Jersey Mike's right across the street from me. Everywhere I've lived in California so far, I've had a Jersey Mike's across the street from me. And I had Jersey Mike's back in North Carolina when I lived there too. So I was very familiar with them. So yeah, I'd probably put Jersey Mike's on the list. I eat a lot of the Jersey Mike's. I had a Jersey Mike's 2 days ago. I always get a number 9. I either get a number 9, which is like a turkey roast beef club, turkey roast beef, bacon and cheese or something, cold sub, and then on the hot subs, I'll do the chicken Philly. Is good. Yeah, I got In-N-Out is right over here. My girlfriend likes In-N-Out more than I do, but every time we get it, I eat the shit out of it. So I do like In-N-Out. Yeah, I was thinking, I thought MJF's birthday was yesterday. I saw so much stuff on Twitter about him. Yeah, I'll have to try to experience more Five Guys if I can. I know I've got one close to me. I just can't think of offhand where it is. But next time I have the ability to get it, I will. I also like, I don't know if they're everywhere. They're just out here in California. Rubio's. That's what I ate today. That was my tacos. Rubio's was the originator of the fish taco or something. But there's Jade and Smart Mark. Shout out to Jade's Gear at Revolution. Still not over that yet. I think we've all been trying to recover from passing out and hitting our heads. I'm almost better. Yeah, who's ready to step up? What if Charlotte shows up? Oh my God, is that private party? All right, before the Hardy Boys come out, I will be right back. All right, here they come, the Hardys. No, Alex never had Chester's chicken. Oh, Hardy's got the face paint. So cool to hear the song, the music. They just opened up, though, Alex, a Dave's Hot Chicken. We've tried it once. It was spicy. I thought it was good and everything, but I don't understand why it's like a line out the door type of place. It's been fucking packed over there. Oh, yeah, it's good, but it's not like a place that I'd be waiting an hour for food for. I don't give a shit. I will go wherever the line is shortest. Like, I'm so impatient. I'm the worst driver. I hate driving. I just want to get home. I want to get to where I'm going. I hate missing lights. I hate being stuck behind some slow fucker. And if I'm in a drive-thru, I want to get in and out of there as quick as possible. So if I drive by a place and there's like 9 million cars, I'm like, psh, next place. So crazy to see them there with this music. I mean, the Hardys will definitely win the AEW tag team titles. Like AEW will completely for sure give them that for the resume, and that will be incredible. There's not many sets of tag titles left that they haven't touched, you know? Did they ever technically win the WCW tag team titles like during the invasion? They might not have. But even if they did, that really wouldn't have counted.
Remember this Friday night, AEW Rampage? We have a special time, 11:30 p.m. Eastern, 10:30 Central, 8:30 on the West Coast. Or immediately
The only thing I'll eat from KFC is like an extra crispy breast. Back in the day, like when I was a kid, KFC used to have chicken nuggets. And they were so good. They were way better in my mind than like McDonald's chicken nuggets. But I don't think they have them anymore. Has anybody ever looked at the KFC Twitter page? I haven't looked at it in a couple of years, but from what they used to follow, their followers was great. They followed 6 guys named Herb and the 5 Spice Girls for 11 herbs and spices. Hilarious. I don't know if they still do it that way, but I always thought that was clever. Tandem, classic Hardy offense there. We've seen all this shit. We've seen this for 20 years, man. I used to live real close to the Hardys back in the day before they even became big. They were still jobbers in WWE. First time I came across them in person. They were wearing those loud colors and crazy shit. Jeff had short hair. They were young as hell. Jeff and I believe, are the same age. I believe he's in 1977, just like myself. Oh, they did. The Hardys did win the tags during the invasion. Okay, I couldn't remember if they did. I remember the Dudleys did, but I didn't recall even the Brothers of Destruction, I think, had them, didn't they? But I was at Survivor Series when they did the cage match when Jeff dove off the cage.
Hardys became famous in a series of TLC matches back in the day. They captivated the world with their offensive magic and risk-taking, innovative offense. Well, back in that time, JR. Yes, it was. And a team that very much inspired Private Party. And they did. They gave us an amazing competition for those matches. Well, they inspired really a lot of teams in the
Sorry, making a tweet about Hardy Boys history. Because what makes this so cool for me is that 23 years ago, I was in the building when they won the WWE Tag Team titles for the first time. It was at a Raw taping right after King of the Ring, setting up the fully loaded shit, and they beat the Acolytes. And I think that was when Michael Hayes was still with them. It was a quick run. You know, they would have a quick cup of coffee with them before really picking up speed at the end of the year and in 2000. But I was there to see their first ever victory, which is kind of cool.
Look at that, Private Party upping the ante. 1, 2, no. I found that to be pretty cool. I think that they get
Damn, they're talking some shit.
absolutely no respect for his former mentor. The stage doesn't matter to these guys, the Hardys. They've been at the very top of the mountain in the biggest moments of pro wrestling.
Oh, yeah, Razor's Edge. Come on. Oh, motherfucker. Private Party. Private Party, man, when I went on the Jericho cruise a couple of years ago, you had to do like the safety assembly, and you get everybody in there and they run through all this shit. And they were not paying attention, Private Party. They were not doing what they were supposed to do. I almost had to rat them out, get them kicked off the boat. So they better lose this match because they are rule breakers. Yeah, well, I mean, when Jeff came back to WWE, though, I wasn't really expecting him to do too much. I mean, when you think about it, he did have some high-profile matches. He did the Hell in the Cell with Randy Orton, and they had him up there, but it looked like they were thinking about maybe giving him one more run with the title, and they, ultimately opted not to. But he was, in terms of the storylines, I hated the Sheamus stuff and the hit and run stuff and them tying into his alcoholism and his demons and all that. I hated all that stuff, but he probably knew that going in, that he was going to be used that way. He was coming in to get maybe finish up his career in WWE, the same place that he created such a big legacy for himself. He's been world champion there. Good place to wrap up your career, go into the Hall of Fame, nice full circle stuff. But then AEW came along and things changed, and WWE, I think, admittedly jumped the gun on letting him go when they had immediate regret. And to the point where they were dangling a Hall of Fame induction in front of him to get him to come back. And he's like, no, fuck you. So it changes everything, Competition changes what you think is going to happen. And we pretty much thought that definitely Jeff, but possibly even both, would just wrap up their careers in WWE when they came back in 2017. But it'll be cool to see what they do with the Hardys. Like, I think this is going to be, just putting them together for nostalgia. They can have a match with the Bucks and put that on a big stage, because every time it's happened, I think it's been on a somewhat lower stage. And maybe even have a run with the titles before potentially maybe letting Jeff try to have a singles run. He's extremely marketable, man. I just hope that he's got himself in a good enough place to where he can work for a company that, from what I understand, does not drug test you. Or if they do, it's pretty limited. If he can maintain. I just hope he can. Yeah, Andy, I was actually at SummerSlam 2000. I had really good seats. As a matter of fact, my seats at SummerSlam 2000 are basically the same area that my seats at Double or Nothing are going to be. First level, maybe 10 or 11 rows up. So perfect viewing of the ring. Nobody's in front of you, in terms of being on the floor and signs and people just being in your way and shit. Perfect view, close up. I'm excited, and I got to witness that TLC match at SummerSlam with those three teams. And at that point, I had not seen, table bumps that close up before, and that was just... I was like, oh, these guys really do kill each other. Oh, okay. It was fucking nuts, man. Yeah, the Private Party are putting a hurting on the Hardys here. Yeah, I don't. Pretty close prediction there to probably what I have. Jeff and Matt finish up their AEW contracts, retire in the ring in AEW, go into the WWE Hall of Fame. I think Matt does go backstage. Just depends on which company that's in. I mean, he might stick around AEW. From what I understand, he really likes it there. They like him. He likes them. So if Matt is going to be, have a role as an agent or producer or, something like that, I almost think AEW could be a better place for him. Because even if Matt Hardy had input or some sort of creative ideas, WWE wouldn't even listen to him. They might actually in AEW. Freeman Coliseum, that's what it's called. It's still called that. I think that building's been Freeman Coliseum forever. All buildings change names so often now. I have actually not picked up my tickets for the LA Forum Dynamite after Double or Nothing yet. I got to get on that. I'm just going to StubHub it. Here comes Jeff. Hot tag. Of course, Jeff's getting the hot tag. Nice scream. by fucking Cassidy.
Hard elbow right to the sternum. Jeff Hardy wasting no time, looking for the victory. Jeff Hardy undoubtedly has heard from his brother how talented Private Party are. Nice Russian leg sweep.
Oh. Hardy offense. Yeah. He wormed his way out of that. Seth Rollins is on Jimmy Fallon tonight. Interesting. God, I hope he's not working with a celebrity. Jesus. I think Cody would be better. Oh, wow, look at there. What is Quinn trying to do? What did he somersault for? You could have just walked over there. Why? Why did he roll? Oh, nice sell on that side effect by Quinn. There's Hardy with the swan. Oh no, oh God. I literally thought Jeff was going for the swanton, but he was on the second rope. I thought he was going to break his neck. Whew. He just splashed him. That scared the shit out of me for a second there.
Jeff Hardy, I think Isaiah Cassidy was in a little too close to the rope. You're probably right.
I think it would be interesting if CM Punk and Jeff Hardy pick things back up. Jeff's not a wonderful promo, so that might make the build difficult, but their matches in 09 were great. Oh. Double twist of fate. What was WWE calling it? Remember they started calling it something else? Trying to pass that off as the new, like we're going to call it that. Whatever. Ugly swanton, but whatever. I don't like the swantons where you land flat on them. I thought the point of it was to kind of roll off and just kind of drive and impact in. And then just completely roll off and able to quickly jump on the cover that way. But just landed right on him. Yeah, I mean, they're in their 40s, you know. What are you going to do? Oh, here comes Andrade. Already seeing him this old is crazy. Are we going to wrestle or something? Andrade's taking his shit off. Andrade always looks so good. Well, they're going to surround him. The Hardy's going to get any help here from Sting and the Darbster?
Standing center of the ring, with the ring very quickly being surrounded by the AFO. Just do the math, folks. This is not good.
God, that camera angle right there, just that whole aesthetic reminded me of Nitro. It's hard to describe. There's about 10 seconds of the way it looked there. Just with the crowd in the background, it immediately took me back to Nitro. All right, here's Sting and Darby. That was kind of predictable. Sting and Jeff Hardy in the ring again. That will never not trip me out. All we need is Bischoff. Bischoff. Mr. Grumpy Pants. Fucking this guy, of all people, criticizing the storytelling ability of AEW. Are you fucking kidding me? The dude who booked WCW like a game of fucking Scrabble every damn week. What a clusterfuck mess everything they ever did was. the nonsensical watering down of the NWO and people turning and changing and factions and heel turns and kind of like how WWE is now, basically, just with everything just being such a mess, just a mess. And I'm like, they're doing better than you did, motherfucker. I think AEW has really good stories, but there's a lot that they could improve on for sure. And there's some few things that I don't love that they do, but fuck, of all people, Bischoff criticizing that. I'm like, your shit was over because you had so many megastars. That NWO storyline was great, but beyond 1996, beyond that initial summer, you know, once people started turning and like Sting of all people joined the NWO, that's when you know you're running out of fucking ideas. Because he never should have joined. He was the first guy to really confront Scott Hall and try to put a stop to this whole thing when it started. He is WCW. He embodies WCW. And it only took 1 year to get him to turn? Like, seriously? After he shut his mouth for 18 months, didn't say a word, and turned into the Crow gimmick, all because people thought he joined the NWO? And then he joins? And Bischoff's going to criticize another company for long-term booking and doing things, having some continuity. Jesus. I can almost accept it from a fan. Yeah, fans don't know what the fuck they want. Plus, they range from all different age levels, so some of them have a different idea of what storytelling is than others do. I see that a lot with myself. You know, the younger generation doesn't view it the same way as me. So, you know, all those things considered, I'm happy with the stories that they've given us, and also continued. In WWE, you got people in the company for 4 years, and then they just changed their name 1 week. Up, you're Butch now. So it's like completely night and day, these two companies. So if anything, I think if Bischoff wants to complain about a wrestling company not doing shit in storyline that makes any sense, there's another company he might want to just glance at. Just a thought. And I see people criticizing like Tony Khan's ego and stuff, and I'm like, okay, you know, fair enough. He's kind of strange, and that promo the other week where he was yelling at us was odd. Totally, I'll give you that. But if you want to sit there and pretend that this guy has any bigger of an ego than somebody like Eric Bischoff in the fucking 90s, applesauce for brains, if that's what you think. Nobody in the world was a bigger douchebag than Eric during that time. Oh, the shit that he would do, the snide fucking comments he'd make, big shit-eating grin on his face every week on TV, sitting on the motorcycle with a crown on his head, talking about how fucking great he is, calling out Vince McMahon in fights, you know, just going so out of his way to let it be known not only does he hate Vince McMahon in WWE, he wants to put him out of business. That is not at all what Tony Khan is doing, not even close. He's a wrestling promoter who actually loved WWE's content back in the day, but now he's a competitor, but he's not out to destroy them. He's just out to say, hey, my shit's better. Come look at mine. Isn't that the same thing Vince McMahon did back in the day and pretty much when he got started? Went into all those local TV stations who were running all the territories, said, hey, my show's better. Oh, and here's some money too, so why don't we just, you know. Tony Khan is not perfect. Tony Khan will do some things that I'm going to say, Tony, shouldn't have done that. But in terms of like where he stands from an ego perspective, when a fan says that he's obsessed with WWE, they must have been born in 2003 because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You don't know what obsessed with the competition is. You don't even have the right definition of that in your head. You just got to rewind, 2 decades ago and look at the behavior of Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman. Just watch them and then sit here and try to tell me Tony Khan's got some sort of a obsession with WWE. You are fucking insane. Not even close. Not even close. That's why when people say that, I'm like, they must not know anything because these are easily verifiable facts about these guys. Just go back and watch. Oh, all right, it's main event time. And Thunder Rosa is getting a full-on entrance here. This is great. I'm curious if she's coming out to this or it will kind of like go into her music. Oh, you know what? I bet you this is Britt Baker. Is this Britt fucking with us? Or is it really Thunder Rosa? I think it's Thunder Rosa. The champ should come out last, but... Okay, it's Thunder Rosa. Phew. I was about to say, please tell me that Britt's not pulling an MJF. Oh, look at this. She is 1,000% winning this match. You can see it in her face. That look she just gave, she didn't look at the camera. She just kind of did a little deep breath. That's her telling herself, all right, girl, this is it. Phew. I thought she missed the hat throw, but she got it. Ugh. Yeah, you got to remember there was no audience during this that lights out shit they did too. No, I don't ever want to go back to those days, man. Imagine if they would have been able to do that last year in front of an audience with that move as the finish. Holy shit. God, it's crazy still seeing it light out. I'm so glad we've switched the time. I hate that getting dark at 5:30 shit. All right, here we go. You know what? Win, lose, or draw. Well, I guess you can't draw, but win or lose for Britt. She deserves mad credit. That women's division underwent massive improvements under her title run. When you think about where it started 2.5 years ago, it was weak, man. It was a serious problem area for AEW. And I said then, I'm like, just let them. Everybody's like, the women's division sucks. And I'm like, well, yeah, they got to work on that. You can't just wake up tomorrow morning and the women's division is as good as WWE. It's going to be a slow process. You got to bring in talent. You got to sign more people. You got to get people over. That's what they've done in the last couple of years now. You've established Britt Baker as a major star. She is their Charlotte. You're about to make another one here in Thunder Rosa. You got an undefeated girl in Jade Cargill with the other belt. They've done a lot. Plus, they've signed a lot of women in between that time. So think of the improvements they've made since the day Riho won it right at the beginning. It's almost not even the same division anymore. And a lot of that is due to Britt Baker and her run and how she got over as a character and a star. She's the fucking diamond there, you know? And I want to enjoy her as much as I can now because I can already tell that she will have the Charlotte reputation in AEW. Fans will start treating her the way they do Charlotte because after this, every time she wins a match or she wins the title or gets back in the title hunt, it's going to be push somebody else because they don't understand what it means to have a star on your roster. But she hasn't gotten there yet. They haven't turned on her yet, but they will. Rewind this stream one day, maybe like 6 months to a year from now, and you wait. And I like the size of this cage, too. This thing's massive. I thought it would be way smaller. It doesn't come off the apron, does it? This is not a cell. It is a cell match. It's basically a Hell in a Cell, but smaller. It's the way WWE's Hell in a Cell should be, actually. Honestly, it's smart for them to do that. That's the one bad thing about cage matches is that you do kind of confine yourself a bit. I was worried. I remember being openly concerned. This tells you how much I know. That the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks would be too confined in the cage. They turned out to have one of the best matches I've ever seen in my life. So it's not always a deal breaker, but I like it when you have extra room to mess around. We still got a good 17 minutes left of this match, so there's a nice slow start. I would not mind a repeat of blood, especially if it comes on the face of Thunder Rosa. It's going to mix with that white paint and look awesome. Yeah, Britt came out with the black and white. She's always had kind of the Scott Hall influence with the little drippy things, with the blood. Drippy things. Blood, I think is what I mean. Yeah, black and white looks really good on her. Oh, she's great. Oh, we already got some blood. I think Britt's already busted open. Oh, yeah, she is. Oh. Well, that didn't take long. Britt busted open again. This time, I don't think she's going to be winning. Just say 316 on Rosa's gear. That's awesome. I guess it's the date. It just looks funny. You can't see those numbers without thinking Austin. I don't know what the hell it means in the Bible, but I know what it means in wrestling. I don't know why people are so anti-daylight savings. It sucks to lose the hour, but why would you not want more daylight? I love it in the spring and summer months that it stays light until 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night. That's awesome. Who would not want that? The human body needs sunlight to live. Like, you should want that. I don't know why everybody just bitches about it. I'm like, I like it. I'm pro daylight savings. That's right. You heard it here. Ugh. Britt's a mess. The extra hour of sunlight is good for the economy. You know, it keeps people out doing shit, you know, and out longer. The nights are extended. People are spending money later into the day. It's all good. Plus, summertime is warm, and being outside is nice. Some parts of the country is super gnarly, though. When I used to live in Michigan as a kid, it would stay dark. It would stay light out until like 10. But when I lived in North Carolina and here in California, it's usually 8:30-ish sunset. But it would be way later there just because I guess where I was geographically. All right, pitcher and pitcher. Britt's got some blood. I want to see Rosa get some, too. Jim Ross. Damn bloodbath. It's not a bloodbath yet, Jim Ross. Oh, yeah. Yeah, June 21st or whenever the solstice is. I had a great job. I remember the first day of summer, I had a great job on a tiki bar back in North Carolina, and I bartended just out on the pier. It was just so awesome. Right out on the pier, on the ocean, passing out canned beers and for $8 each and making disgusting little frozen daiquiris and easiest job in the world. And I got to sit there just on the beach all day, and it would stay light out so long. And the moon would be just like over the water, and we'd have like an intercom, and I could like buzz into the restaurant. I'm like, look at that moon. It was just just an unbelievably beautiful job to have, just to be out on the water and to enjoy that sunlight all the way up until like 9 o'clock. And then the sun goes down. It's still warm, and people are just having a good time. That restaurant made so much money. I made crazy tips at that job, largely in part to daylight savings time. Sam Adams. I don't know if I've ever really drank a whole lot of Sam Adams. I've probably had a few. But I don't like none of that pumpkin shit or none of that stuff.
How big does the cushioning feel at Skechers Max Cushioning?
Yeah, they might want to change some of that. So if they make the time that it is now permanent, because basically we have sprung ahead. I think standard time is what we were just on. Daylight savings is where we spring ahead to preserve daylight. I think that's the whole point. So if they're trying to make just one universal time, I'm cool with that. Let's just make it the time it is now, and then we never change it. I'm fine with doing that. So, yes, I approve of that message. Show me the bill when I vote, and I'll say yes. Whatever, I'm into that.
At State Farm, we actually get to know you. It's called service.
I like that I'm so fucking old that I'm into my second Jake at State Farm.
was founded on a simple idea: craft the finest delicatessen products possible. Nothing less. Quality ingredients, extraordinary flavors, always fresh from the deli, and only from Boyz.
Oh, okay. See, Wilson, well, see, that's the beauty of my life. Some people are complaining because the sun won't rise until 9 a.m. in the winter. I understand. Luckily for me, I don't get up at 9 a.m., so it can stay as dark as it fucking wants. But yeah, I suppose people who start their days at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, they got to deal with all that darkness. That probably sucks. So yeah, it sucks for them. I was like, in that one, I'm going to be selfish. I'm going to vote for my own interest in that one. Other situations and other elections, I might think otherwise, but I'm totally going to be selfish. And I'm going to say, I want it. So it's me versus them. All right, so Rosa is busted open now, and now she's looking like fucking Christmas tree out there. Oh, Britt. I mean, they knew it was going to be a tall order. I mean, that match last year was just insanity. So you got to top that? Oh. Oh, yeah. Nice. Stunner on 316 day. It was an okay stunner. It was okay. Britt sold it well. It wasn't delivered well. Fucking stunner. Oof. Yeah, Rosa's fired up. She's fired up. Oh, God. Does Rosa have a gimmick? Ooh. Or she's using her nails. Oh, no. Super kick to the ref. Okay, now how is he getting up from a super kick? But if you just bump a normal referee, they're out for a year and a half. Oh, now he's out. Oh, he hits the cage. Now he's dead. Oh, no, a ref bump. Tell me. Well, good. See, this is good. It shouldn't be. We already know this is predictable. We already know Thunder Rosa is going to win the title. So at least do a ref bump and start panicking the fans like it might not really happen. But it will. We got 8 minutes left. I firmly believe Thunder Rosa will be the champion, ref bump or not. Rebel, Jamie Hayter or not. One of them might be under the ring. I know, the ref totally no-sold that super kick for a minute. But then he sold the tumble to the outside. That's what hurt him. Yeah, he didn't need to do the second part of it. He needed just to be super kicked out of the ring, not super kicked and then stumble for a minute and then fall. It was ridiculous. That wasn't done well either. Here we go. She's going for some sort of... The same spot they did in the first one, right? I think Bray Wyatt will definitely return to pro wrestling, yes. Just don't know when. He's in a great situation now because it's been so long. He's... Oh, God. Ugh. Fucking air raid crash slid in the bump. Send the ref. Here comes Aubrey. Is she all right? She's in there now. The cage didn't even look locked. Kicked out. You got to close that door before Rebel and Hater find their way in there. Such a weird bump to take. Ow, Jesus. Oh, now they're waylaying us. Yeah, this I like. Yeah, the door is going to remain open. They're going to try some shenanigans here. This is good. AEW should book this in a way to where they fool us a couple of times. Like, I want some fans to start getting mad. I want them to be like, oh, my God, they're going to have Breaker win again. And then, because they're just waiting to be pissed. But Thunder Rosa's winning this. I'm sorry. She will. Even I'd be surprised if she didn't.
Thunder Rosa cannot even defend herself here. That's very uneasy. It's not a peaceful, easy feat, and I can promise you.
She's just setting up for a little picnic. So far, 3 people are invited. Now 4. Thunder Rosa, DMD, rotating chants or competing chants. Michael, I don't think they can win by escaping the cage. I don't think that's a rule anymore or something. They certainly don't have the cage set up to really escape it very well. It's way too high, and you have the frame on the outside, which... What are they... Now, is Rosa supposed to just be selling this whole time on the top rope? There you go. Hit her, Brick. There you go. Oh, my God. Do you ladies want to do this? I feel like it's not going to break. It's just they're going to wedge themselves in there. Oh, God, this is going to be gnarly. I almost don't want this bump to happen. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are they going to... They're not going to Spanish fly this shit, are they? They are not going to Spanish fly this. No. One of them just got to fall on it. There. Oh! It gave nothing. I thought they were going to do a double bump. Is that it? Is that the finish? Good. Good. Britt kicked out. I wasn't ready for that to be the finish. That was quite the bump, though. Those chairs didn't give it all. Oh. Oh, Britt. Good thing she's young, man. If I took that bump, you wouldn't see me. Whenever the next Olympics is the next time you'd see my ass again. Oh, there we go. The return of the thumbtacks. Oh, she hit her. Jim Ross, someone tell me why we need thumbtacks. Well, I'll tell you why, JR. Because it's wrestling, and it's a cage match, and sometimes you need to slam a motherfucker on it. That's why you need them. Why else? I just don't like thumbtacks either. I'd have it written into my contract that I don't have to take a thumbtack bump. I don't care if the boys think I'm a pussy. I don't care. I'm not doing it. Ugh. Yo, Rosa's going to get it. Oh, God. Ooh, she got to do a roll-up, too. Britt going for the lockjaw. Oh, what's she got? Oh, she's got her gimmick. Her black and white Scott Hall glove. Oh, good. Rosa biting him. Yeah, just take a chunk of meat right out of her hand. Oh, that is super smart. Oh, that is super smart. Creative as hell. Took the hand she was going for the lockjaw with and started slamming him into the tacks. And now a power bomb. Oh, Britt. Oh, Britt's a mess. Damn, girl. You got to get in there. You got 1 minute left. You got to go home now. Now. Look at Aubrey. Hurry up. 30 seconds. Ooh. This is the finish right here.
Desperation, chair to the side of the head. Thunder Rosa, in order to prevent that lockjaw, was smashing Britt's hand down into
I might be behind a little bit in my stream too. I don't know, but it feels like we got to do this now. Whatever we're doing, we got to do it now. Come on, Rosa. I think the crowd's into it. I think so far it's measured up quite well to their lights out. This is it. Finish here right in the middle. Boom. Clean as a whistle. Good for you, girl. Didn't I tell you? All those people that complained after Revolution. I'm like, just envision the 2 championship victories, shall you? Envision the one at Revolution or envision main event Dynamite. Give me this. Any day of the week. Excellent. That is awesome. Look at her. That's so awesome. That's what I was hoping we would get. Like, that was basically my exact scenario. I'm like, you want to like build some stars here, and not that Thunder Rosa's win wouldn't have been cool at Revolution, it would have been, but fuck, like if you could just postpone this a bit and do it in a main event on a Dynamite and make her the focal point, her the main event, go off the air with the confetti, the celebration, those are star-making moments. Like, why would you not want that? Why would you prefer Revolution and then pretend because you didn't get what you wanted that AEW made some mistake? I'm like, no, they made the right call. I was on board with that right from the start. Great stuff, man. Oh, my God. Happy. Well, that was fun. Fucking great shit. So, yeah, that's what we were hoping. My only slight concern was that they would have a hard time, matching what they did a year ago. I mean, granted, it wasn't in front of an audience, but that match was that match made both of them, to a large degree, especially Britt. So to come full circle now and be able to do it again in front of an audience and to come through, not shit the bed is really, really awesome to see. That match had everything that I wanted. I think I wanted blood out of both, and a good, hard, clean win for Rosa right in the middle. Celebration, fans showing the love, confetti falling down. Looked like Dustin Rhodes hit the ring at the end there and congratulated her. So that was wonderful. Absolutely a blast. So congrats to Thunder Rosa. That was an awesome Dynamite. I thought we got pretty much everything that we expected there. And we'll see how they start setting things up for Double or Nothing. Thanks again for being here. As always, for those of you who have never been here before, just make sure you subscribe. We're here every Wednesday to watch Dynamite, and we will be back, I guess. Next time I have a video planned will be probably Saturday. We'll probably do a podcast Saturday, talk about Rampage, talk about SmackDown, follow up a little bit on Thunder Rosa's victory tonight, preview WrestleMania, and all that good stuff. And we'll be here this Sunday night as well for a classic WrestleMania watch-along. So stay tuned. C-Mac, appreciate that $2 out the door. Thank you for being here, and good night to you and everyone else. Y'all take care. Talk to you on Saturday.